Hello everybody, it's Hufflehog here. Another weekend, another gorgeous day, and I'm excited to get out. Especially after pretty much the whole of this week it's been raining and a bit dreary. Sun's out, finally. Today I'm not going to be doing terribly much, I'm just going to be riding around. Looking for stuff to do really. It's a day off and I'd rather not be sitting at home doing nothing. I'd like to remain proactive, or at least doing something. It probably also gives me a chance to talk about a particular topic of somewhat of an interest, because at the moment there's kind of a fear factor when it comes to motorcycles. Like people are like, oh no, I don't want to be riding motorcycles, they're dangerous. Oh no, you know, can't have a motorcycle, can't take my friends out, that kind of thing. I think people have rational fears like that. You know, as a matter of fact, you're on two wheels, there's always that element of a risk. There's always the associated risks of a motorcycle. The past 10 years, 12 years, maybe a bit longer, the amount of motorcyclists have declined. Car usage has gone up. And I think national statistics and these fearmongers haven't helped that. I personally believe that a motorcycle is far more beneficial to a young person than a car. Firstly, it allows them to get around independently more cheaply in terms of insurance and fuel costs, and it also allows them to take pride in something, and also means that they know how to look after something. If you give a young person a car and they have no interest in the car, then simply it's just an extension of their home, isn't it? It's just a box on wheels, and of course, you know, all they have to do is they scratch their wheel or something, or they get a slight puncture in their tyre, and they're like, oh no, I have to sell my car because it's the end of the world, and they take it for granted. They take the fact that they have a car which does everything for them for granted, and they don't understand how to actually look after it, unless they have a specific interest in cars, which most people don't. With the motorcycle habit, however, people who ride motorcycles generally have an interest in motorcycles in one way or another. And of course, and because of that, they then look after them. Because if you teach people to look after their stuff, a motorcycle being a smaller thing, then of course they'll value what it's like to have bigger bikes, bigger cars, bigger things in life. It's the value of things. I think I did my car test first, and then I went and did my motorcycle, my CBT, and then 8 months later I did my full test for my bike. But I would never go back to a car now, simply because I appreciate what I've got. I've learned to appreciate something, and I've learned to grow and love something, which 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I never thought I would. And because of that, I've had grand opportunities just to go out and do things. Okay, granted, I could probably go out and do things in the car, but it's not the same when you're in a car, because you have to worry about where you're putting the car when you're actually going out and doing things. But when you're on a bike, you just think, yeah, I'm going to go to a couple of towns down the road, or I'm just going to go to this market somewhere. Do I have to worry about parking? Not really. Where am I going? I have no idea. I'm just taking this route. You've got the economic advantages of a bike. Well, accessibility advantages of a bike as well. It's smaller, lighter, there's less to go wrong, and of course, it's yours. That's the difference. I think a lot of young people now, especially, now this is, I know I said I was going to talk about economic things here, but I see a lot of younger people with cars. Now, not just any box cars like the one in front of me now, like something which is 20 years old. I mean, you know, cars which are only 2-3 years old, modern things, which are like, you know, £20,000 straight out the showroom. Or are they? Because, you know, you read in reports that the amount of people who are on finance and personal payments and whatever that stuff, it's gone up exponentially. So many people are doing it, And so many young people are doing it because it's the only way they can access for transport. And they end up getting themselves in so much debt, it's just not worth it. If you get a 125, you can easily get a 125 for about £1,500, £2,000, which, when you compare it to a brand new car, it's like a fifth of the cost, a tenth of the cost, and it's straight out the bag. In terms of deposit, or as capital, £1,000 isn't that much. I think for, I'd say, the majority of people, so more than half people, it's doable. If you save up for a few months, you can get a deposit down, then just pay the next 6 months off on finance, just pay, short-term finance, you can do that, that's absolutely fine. But at least you're not stuck in paying £120, £150 a month for 4 years. Oh, bloody hell, what the hell is up with traffic today? It's really bad today. Like I said, at least you're not stuck in 4 or 5 years of paying £125 a month. It's ludicrous. And then at the end of it, you don't even own the vehicle. At least with a bike, you own it second hand. Okay, I guess the disadvantages of having a 125 is that you can't really take your mates out. But then the thing is, you just get your mates to get bikes. Traffic is really bad today. I don't know why. Why bad? Why is the traffic bad? And then you get weather like this. I'd rather be out on a bike in weather like this than in a car. So for those who don't know, my hometown is Cambridge. This is Cambridge. Lots of traffic. This is typical for a Sunday, to be honest. You get lots of tourists, lots of coaches, you get lots of shoppers. Yeah, on a Sunday, I know, shoppers. It's a nice town, it's a nice city, sorry. It is a glorified town, let's be honest. Though it's fallen short to the whole modernist, postmodernism agenda. They're knocking down a lot of old buildings, which gave the city class and character, and putting up these horrible, Orwellian blocks. Cambridge is slowly turning into London anyway. When you're riding around Cambridge on a Sunday, it's terrible. You just get drivers like this one. You can't drive. You get your typical Sunday drivers, plus all your shoppers and tourists, which will stop and just look at everything. Oh, how wonderful, how wonderful. And in case you didn't know, Cambridge has actually got one of the highest density of traffic lights in the UK. Brilliant! Because it means you can't actually get anywhere. I'm bored already, let me go. Come on. But anyway, I'd like to hear your thoughts on what I've just been saying about, young people. Maybe it's good if we get them onto motorcycles despite the associated risks.